Couldn't get the stops we needed when we needed them. Lauf was huge with those two back taps. Those were monumental plays of the game. He plays hard, just like our guys. Disappointing, we had a really good start on the interior defense, but they got some layups. We got spooked out of our doubles because they were getting some easy layups, and they started getting us the other way. So we kind of got beat both ways in the post tonight. It's a good lesson for our bigs, who are going to play a lot more minutes in Ohio Bobcat uniform. We didn't do a very good job of shrinking the court, even if we weren't to double. Getting bodies around him was definitely necessary. Our defensive spacing was poor all night. You got to credit them for some of it. It just wasn't very good. In the offensive end, you shoot 50% and you turn it over 9 times. You got a freshman to go for 20. Duran was Duran. We had our chances. We had good looks. I was really pleased with the looks we created for ourselves down the stretch and how we executed down the stretch. When the other team knows you need a 3 and you get a good one, it's a good sign. So we need to be very careful how reactionary as a group in the locker room we get to this game. Nobody likes losing. We are mixing and matching some parts right now, and if this is the finished product, then it's not good enough, but it's not the finished product. And we'll continue to work in every film session. Every time we get out there on the court and practice, we need to take advantage of our learning opportunities, because again, we're like the student that didn't study until a final until about 3 days before the exam. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Coach, Duran, you talked about your effort defensively. You said that the defensive, play wasn't as good as it should have been, especially on the pick and rolls. You talked about your backline rotation not being as good. Can you talk more about the pick and roll defense that you played on the interior?
Yeah, we've handled screen and roll very well all year. In fact, it's something that I think we pride ourselves in a little bit. But their guards did a nice job. A couple of those passes were really tough passes. They didn't have big windows to fit them through. Now the backside magnet guys, we didn't force them to throw enough skips out of it. They hit the roll man too often, which means you're hugging on the weak side. And again, it's something that hasn't really surfaced for us this year at any point. It did tonight, and it cost us.
Coach, how impressed have you been with Jason Carter over these last couple games?
I'm extremely impressed, but I want to emphasize I'm not shocked. He's a very good player. He's going to be a very good player for us for a long time. He's going to win a lot of games in a Bobcat jersey.
Just now, Jerron Simmons said he might be the future MAC player, or he will be the future MAC player of the year. Is that a little different than when Sam Fryer saying it against Ryan Graham in preseason?
Jerron doesn't throw compliments around very easily. I mean, you got to earn his respect, and you know what? That shouldn't even be on his radar right now. Anybody's. Let's worry about getting him ready for the next game, keeping his spirits up. You ask him, and he'd probably tell you, I blew the game. That's how he thinks. He's that kind of kid, and I got to make sure that he doesn't get sideways. I'm not searching the waiver wires for replacement for Jason Carter. I can promise you that. He's a coach's dream. He does everything right. And the biggest reason I think he's got a chance to have huge success is that he listens. He's a very, very good listener and a very good learner, smart kid. His grades are great, and that's reflected in how he approaches the basketball court.
Wouldn't be a damn tell, but the Rockets had 13 offensive rebounds. Can you talk about what kind of happened on the block there? Was that just a experienced group going there?
Well, again, two of them are our tip backs. We are learning, a lot of those rebounds weren't available before a couple weeks ago. So we're still learning as a group. There has to be more gang rebounding by us because the big one hand going up to get the ball and just wiping it away isn't there anymore. So that's not a whine, that's not a complaint, that's just a fact. And like I said, when I say we have room to grow and we're on a little bit of a learning curve, yeah, that's precisely the type of stuff I'm talking about. High-low defense. A couple times we let him step in front of us. You've got to be a step higher and angled so he can't get that leg in on you. Again, have we talked about that stuff? Yes. But have we had the repetitions enough to really hammer it home to, to everybody? Probably not. And a group can only grow so fast. And we're going to ramp up that learning curve every chance we get. But I'm not disappointed. It stings, it hurts, but I'm not disappointed in our guys. And we've got a lot of resolve right now. We got a game on Saturday that we got to get ready for it and win that one and see what happens. But we are literally in just get better every day, just try to win the next game you play mode right now. That's just the reality of it.
Coach, go back to not the last possession, the possession before, 20 seconds left, Jerome, the quick runner. You said a lot, Jerome's our guy, he's gonna make a play, we want him going in that situation. You okay with him going that soon?
Yeah.
Walk us through that possession.
Well, what was it?
You're down 2.
We were down 2. Yeah, it was a kill shot to tie, and I thought it was a pretty good look. It rolled around and fell out. I certainly, you're trying to put points on the board as quick as you can in those situations so that you have more potential possessions to win the game. You got a chance to foul and keep it alive. You got a chance to, so absolutely 100%. I thought it was a good look. It's a shot that he practices. Can you get to a shot during a crucial point of the game that you practice all the time? And in our last 2 possessions, you see us practice. We shoot threes in 5 minutes every day. That's a flat-footed 3 for anybody on our team. They take that shot 100 times per day in practice. For Jerron, we have worked for countless hours on that little mid-range of his and that floater in particular. He got to a shot that he liked. I didn't mind our offensive execution at all down the stretch. We had a couple turnovers with, like 3 minutes. We had a turnover off a back screen with just under 4 minutes to go, where if we just let the cutter clear one more step, it's probably an easier pass. But I thought our offensive execution overall was terrific tonight. We were well over 1 point per possession. We shot 50%. That's been a pleasant surprise in the last couple games, is that scoring hasn't been an issue for us. And we had a bad defensive night tonight.
Coach, do you think with Campbell out to survive, shooting 7 of 20 from 3 tonight, is that an area you think has to be better in future?
Yeah, 35% isn't awful. It's not terrible. Now, we've had nights where we've been around 50, so, and we'll have some of those nights. But when your overall shooting percentage is 50%, free throws again were terrific tonight. We got to get that squared away. And like I said, I know no better way than repetition. Let's just keep working at it. But we played off. Nothing about the offensive end really bothered me tonight. The defensive end is going to make me lose a little sleep.
Do you think 7 shots for Dardis is?
No, absolutely not. I think he's a phenomenal player, and I think I'd like to see him get more shots.
He was in foul trouble though, Coach. My question to you is, did your game plan have to change at all because of all the fouls? And do you think that was one of the big reasons that they were able to climb back in the game in the second half?
Foul trouble, when we have problems with foul trouble, I didn't think we got into any foul trouble that put us in a bad pinch in terms of matchups. And again, you look at it and you score 76 and you shoot 50%. I didn't think the foul trouble killed us by any means, but at the same time, it's yeah. I mean, it's nice. I like to get with a group that's really flowing out there, and if they're playing well on both ends, I like to ride them for a while. It's a little harder to do when you're subbing out. Jordy's, you know, he got 31 minutes in. That's about 6 minutes than less than I plan on playing him in a game. So it wasn't a monster factor, but it did hurt.
Could you give us an idea what Campbell did on the defensive end? Because you're not just learning to play differently offensively with him off it.
Well, the biggest thing is he finished possessions. I mean, the culmination of a good defensive possession is either a turnover or a defensive rebound. And he's as good of a rebounder as I've coached, so that's definitely a factor. But he also, you know, did a very good job. He was crafty, you know, good hedges, good on ball screens. He was, and he honestly just another body if nothing else. I mean, hey, we could have kept Jason. Let's put it this way: Jason in a little more abbreviated role might come up with a few more rebounds. But you know what? He's got to use that's, you know, conditioning for a kid like that, conditioning for a guy like Doug. It's different now. But when I got you going for bursts, and there's bursts up and down the floor, and sure you do it in practice, but anybody will tell you that it's different in a game. So I think we're a well-conditioned team, but I also think that during the course of the year, you get conditioned to about the minutes you're playing at a given time. Just, I mean, shoot, we're playing 2 days a week, so it's 5 out of the 7 days a week. So we'll continue to work on that. But last year at this time, Jason was scoring against a bunch of 6-foot guys. You know, it's different now.
Also, going, I guess, off of Campbell, how are you, like last year, he had 14 points last game, but this game you have 12 bench points total. So are you looking to go more deeper into your bench with Campbell out?
Well, we've got so many pieces. We're going about as deep as we can right now. Mike's put together 2 back-to-back pretty damn good nights. We got what we got, and you know, obviously in the future this group will be supplemented by another recruiting class, and you know, it'll get there. But I've got, of 13 scholarship guys, I've got 4 of them that are out for the season right now, so that kind of limits how crafty I'm going to get over there on the sideline with using my depth.
How do you accelerate the process knowing you're limited in practice with what you can do because of that?
More film work, more quality reps. Can't coach through practice now. We don't have enough time to do that, and we all know what happens with every team has a practice now to get us a dud. We can't afford one.
So real quick, you took in the first half, Missy had 2 quick fouls. You took them out, put Blaster in. Eventually became pretty efficient, 3 for 4, 8 points. This is what I tell you, block and a steal. Is that I guess I would consider it a small ball lineup, but do you like that lineup of Simmons, Darts, block?
Yeah.
And Carter?
We had Gavin guarding a guy a foot taller than him at one point. It's not a necessity. I mean, do I like it? Yeah, there were my 5 guys out there at the time. And it does cause some problems the other way. But certainly you're subjecting yourself to offensive rebounding problems if you're playing smaller, or defensive rebounding problems. And that got us a little bit during that stretch while Gav was before. I thought more of our offensive rebounding problems came out of our lack of rotations on our doubles early on. I thought a couple of them we went from the wrong spot, and they got the shot up, and because the rotation came from the wrong spot, the guy is standing there at the front of the rim, putting it back in. But we'll continue to work. We'll continue to work.
Coach, with 45 seconds left, Laster was in with Kenny on the bench. Was that a defensive-minded decision or
Yeah.
just game flow?
Yep. Defensive-minded decision. And I have a lot of confidence where if I couldn't get to a timeout, Mike can do his job. Kenny had kind of a tough night. He'll get better. He'll get better. He's trying too hard right now. He's pressing so hard. He's the lone senior left out there, and he wants to make sure that he's pulling his fair share. He needs to take a step back, take a deep breath.
Coach, Jerome went 1 of 5 from 3 tonight. His 3-point percentage is around 24% this year. Does that frighten you? Do you think he needs to stop shooting? Or?
Oh gosh, no. His shot was really looking good toward the end of the summer. It's certainly he's struggling from it right now, but we need that aspect of his game going. And again, it'd be different if he didn't shoot. What did he shoot last year from 3?
40, about 40.
Yeah. So, even if the median is somewhere in the middle, that's probably okay for him. I don't think he takes too many at all. I thought the last one he took took some intestinal fortitude, and it rolled all over the rim and fell out. I thought it was in. It almost went in like 3 different times. But again, being alpha dog comes with alpha dog privileges. I'm going to allow him some latitude to make the decisions, because at the end of the day, he had 10 assists. If he were doing it all the time and the ball weren't getting spread around, it would be a different story, but he's doing a great job that way.
Anything else? Hey, Coach, for the second straight game, Carter has had the second most field goal attempts on the team. Did you see the offense being so Carter-centric this soon?
Well, some of it's a function of we haven't had a whole lot of time. We put in a few wrinkles, but we haven't had a whole lot of time. That position is going to get shots because it was designed for the guy to get shots. The other thing too is he's going to be the beneficiary of Jerron and screen and rolls. He just is. It's just that's going to happen. But he's was he 50% from the field last game too? So he's right at a 50% clip. That's pretty good.